I need to start understanding this and growing my knowledge of the offense.
I mean, I have a lot of young guys on the team. I'm the oldest guy technically on the offense, so me being able to coach up a guy if you don't know his assignment, I think that's very critical for my position and for me as a person. Just being able to know exactly where people at, so I know that I have the play that was called. So that's great.
Joe, how did you talk about this at SEC Media Days? How did you change your mindset to let the previous play go and just move forward? How did you work through that yourself?
No, I asked you a question like
Sorry.
that.
That
You're fine.
I apologize.
I got more reasons. Just to, like the whole point of moving on, because our offense is so fast and it's so fast paced. You never know when the next play is going to score. So why not flush it? The moment that I have a lot of these that happen in practice, where the moment that I still think about the previous play, the next play could have been a touchdown, but it was something that I was thinking about and messed up me mechanically to miss that throw or to make a bad read or anything. So I learned that in practice, if you flush it, the next play can be a touchdown. So the more that you flush it, the easier things will be.
So did the tempo help that as much as anything?
Absolutely.
You just didn't have time to dwell.
You actually don't have time to dwell on the last play. Unless you're a fourth down and you go to the sideline, you can talk about it. But other than that, you don't have time.
How much have you enjoyed all the hype kind of building around?
I mean, it's cool. It's cool and all, but I mean, y'all know me. I'm not that type of person to fall into that type of stuff. I honestly.
Do you read it?
No, to be honest with you, I don't.
Block
I mean,
it all
you see it. I mean, you can't not see it. It's on social media everywhere. If you go on the Explore page, you'll see my face, right? But I mean, it's cool and all. But at the same time, you have to understand what the main thing is. The main thing is winning. So why not focus on that?
So, what was your first impression of Nico? I guess you might have seen him when he was on our crew. But what was your first impressions? Do you know much about him when he got here?
I ain't know much about him. I just knew when I first seen him, he was cool. I think he had on it was kind of cold when he first got here, so he had on two different jackets. He had on some glasses, had the braids back. I was like, man, who is this young cat? And Coach Hodges walked up to me. He was like, this Nico, one of the quarterback recruits we're recruiting. I was like, oh shoot, that's Nico. But at first, I think I was flat-footed. I think I had no shoes when I first met him. So at first, he was a little bit taller than me. I was like, oh man. So hey, this is first quarterback in the quarterback room taller than me. But when I put on shoes, we were the same height. So I was like, oh, all right, man, we good to go. But nah, it was a cool encounter.
Well, did the personality, once you got to know him a little bit, match some of the, I don't want to say swag, with what he was kind of carrying himself?
He's very humble. And I mean, like I told one of the last reporters that he's not shy to ask no questions. I told him that be comfortable asking anything you want to ask. You can ask about my failures. You can ask about my success. Like, it doesn't matter. No question is dumb. And I'm willing to help you because everybody's going to face adversity. You just never know when. But when you do face it, you got to know how to overcome it.
You said you'd like to play video games. Is there one in particular you guys, or two in particular you guys kind of bonded over? Or get really competitive at, I should say?
Yeah, Fight Night Champions. It's a boxing game. It's in the locker room right now, actually. They all playing it right now. But just in the living room with that one at my house. We go back and forth. One night, we stayed up to 4 a.m. playing it. It was on the weekend. We stayed up to 4 a.m. just playing the game. So it was cool.
Was that the summer or was that back in the winter?
No, that was summer.
I think you said you live alone now. How often is he at your house, would you say?
Every other day. I try to let him live life still. He's still a kid, so I try to let him live life and not just pound him with the football knowledge all the time. So I try to let him enjoy his life.
Are you instigating those visits, or is he saying, "Hey, can I come over?" Are you telling him that, "Hey, you need to get over here"? A little bit of both.
A little bit of both, actually.
Are you just as comfortable talking to teammates about your personal life and lessons you've learned there as much as football stuff?
Absolutely. I feel like as a football player, we athletes go through the same thing, just in different phases of life. So why not tell your story? Because somebody else can come across something like that, and you know how to face the situation. So why not tell my story?
Did you grow into that? Have you always been that comfortable?
Yes, no. I actually haven't been that comfortable because I never liked no one knowing my story or knowing me too personally or getting too close to me. But why hide it from the team that I love and care about? So why not talk about my adversities and let these guys understand that I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna be perfect, but at the same time, I was willing to fight through wherever I went through.
You've got a really good relationship with Ramel. Should that help him get on the field? He has such a good relationship rapport with you.
Help him get on the field? What you mean by that?
he can beat out another guy for a position because he has good rapport with you on the field?
I thought Romeo went crazy last year. I thought he was already out there. I mean, yeah, Romeo come to practice every day and ready to compete regardless of the situation. I talked to him yesterday, and he texted me back immediately and was like, man, I'm ready to work. So I believe in you. I know you believe in me. Just throw me the ball. So we know what that means. Just keep running. That's all I tell my guys. Keep running.
What does he do well?
Everything. Everything. I know that sounds like a generic answer about everything, but he legit does everything right. Everybody makes mistakes in life, but his mistakes are not the mistake that you be like, oh man, that cost us the game. It's one of those mistakes like where, oh man, he dropped a pass, but that's life. Not everybody's gonna catch every pass. So but that's part of football. That's part of nature.
Joe, Coach Halsey just told us that the success you had against Clemson in the bowl game, he felt like it made you hungry. Made you hungrier, like you kind of got a taste of what you could do. What did that look like in January? What did that fuel you to do?
Come
back.
To come back.
I mean, what after that game? I mean, Coach Halsey saying it made you hungrier. What did that change about your approach, or what did you do more of?
I'm just more confident in myself. My preparation, my coach's preparation, understanding the playbook more, understanding what everybody on the offense is doing, understanding the blocking scheme, passing schemes, how the routes are ran, my running backs beside me, just knowing everything that they're doing helps the game out a lot easier. So during that process of Clemson game, when I watched every game for Clemson, I was just able to tell everybody on the team exactly what was going on, how they ran it, and what to do when it happened. So it just made me more confident in my preparation.
Were you surprised at all